Hello, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I have been on here. However, I am going to start posting on here more regularly. You can look out for videos on Mondays and Wednesdays of every week. And for those of you who are new or who don't know me, my name is Selden Baylouni. I am a health and lifestyle coach. However, I became a health and lifestyle coach because I was on a healing journey to heal lupus. And it was quite a roller coaster of a journey of healing. And I actually did not heal lupus with diet and lifestyle alone. I had to go much deeper into my healing journey. And I had to dig into trauma and the nervous system in a very deep cellular way. And I did actually reverse the autoimmune disease lupus. I'm also a master energy healer and a shamanic channel. And this actually is very connected to nervous system and somatic work. I have the ability to sense, feel, and work with energy. And trauma is held in the body as energy, really. Now it affects the nervous system, so it is like a quantum response that we have, right? So there's a trauma that impacts the body, and it's held in sort of the energetic field of our body. However, it just does disrupt the nervous system. And when the nervous system gets disrupted, as does all the automatic functions of our body. And so it's a really important piece of healing, and one that I'm going to be talking about on this channel a lot. I will also be talking about diet. I will talk about intuitive eating. I will talk about intuition and spirituality, and I'll talk about health and lifestyle of all kinds, because all of that helped me turn my autoimmune disease lupus around. And I want to make sure, my intention is to get as much information out as possible, as fast as possible, and in as easy digestible pieces as I possibly can. So please, comment and ask questions about my journey. I'm not shy about talking about my experiences and how I healed. And that's the purpose of this channel, is so that you have access to me and what it took for me to heal. So like I was saying with the nervous system, I realized in my own journey that health and lifestyle changes don't always cut it. And a lot of us meet people or know people or hear about people, certainly on social media, that healed their autoimmune disease when they went paleo, or they went vegan, and they went plant-based, and they did medical medium, and they did whatever they did, and then they healed. And then there's other people who do all those things and they don't heal. The reason for that is because of the nervous system and trauma. So the people who heal with diet and lifestyle alone are people who have a pretty regulated nervous system, okay? They're people who maybe don't have a whole lot of what we call big T's, maybe, in their past. Maybe they have some little T's, but not enough to really impact the system in a chronic way. And potentially they had really good attachment with their parents or their caregivers as babies and in childhood, which would set them up really nicely, right? So now, how did they even get autoimmune in the first place if they've got this sort of healthy nervous system and sort of balanced whatever? Autoimmune is a mix of many different things. Toxins in our environment, toxins in our food and our water, and heavy metals of all kinds, parasites, moldy environments. All of these things can be root causes for autoimmune. And so most people who change diet, the body goes through a detoxification phase when we cut out processed foods. for sure, when we cut out processed foods. If we take it even a step farther and we cut out grains and we cut out, we go back to the basics of just nature and what nature provides for us, okay? And no sugars and all of that. The body actually can go through a detoxification phase. It starts to actually pull through. Now, the liver and the kidneys and all of these things are working quite nicely because the nervous system is intact. Then these things can start to come out of the body. Now, some people have to bring in some supplements. Some people have to bring in an antimicrobial. Some people have to, sauna a few times a week. Some people have to, a lot of people who are plant-based, certainly the medical medium diet is a detox diet. I mean, that's why he is so successful at turning autoimmune around, because those juices, and celery juice, by the way, has been around for thousands of years probably as a liver tonic. Okay, celery is actually an herb, and it is extremely powerful at cleaning out the liver. Okay, and so that's why those diets work really well, because in his diet, Anthony Williams' diet, it's a pretty aggressive cleanse with what these guys are doing. It's not easy, actually. I was on it for 3 years. And it is very effective, okay? Because he also talks about limiting your toxic exposure in your house, in your products, all the things that you're using, okay? He talks about different ways. He's sort of pro some things, but even let's say even besides him, let's go to Fully Raw Christina, who is, 100% raw now for 17 years, which I actually think is really hard to do. I think you have to have a specific disposition and ancestral lineage makeup in order to be able to handle that much raw food and not run into problems long term. However, she has done it successfully. She turned around type 1 and type 2 diabetes, I believe. But that's because she cleansed her body, she brought in raw foods, and she was able to detox and bring her inflammation down to a point. And for whatever reason, like I said, her disposition can handle those raw foods. Most people can't. When I was on mostly raw, again, it was actually great for me as a detox diet. And to cleanse what I had going on, I dumped a ton of heavy metals during that process, which was very important for my healing. However, once I got into sort of more long-term, around 2.5 years, I started to feel weak. My body did need meat. And so now I try to stick to mostly a paleo diet. I do eat some grains, but I intuitively eat now because I really, really work with my nervous system. And when you work with your nervous system, your intuition gets bigger and you can feel and sense way more accurately what your body needs. And that is how we become our own self-healers, which is very important and should be the goal for everyone. So everyone is a little bit different. And I feel like people, when they're trying to heal autoimmune and chronic symptoms, and by the way, when I talk about chronic symptoms, that could be anything from insomnia and anxiety to lupus, right? It's anything you're dealing with on a daily basis that has an effect on in some way on your daily life and function. Okay. I feel like people get frustrated in this healing journey because they hear about all these people healing and then they do all these different things and nothing seems to be working. Okay. And when there is a root cause of trauma and nervous system dysregulation, most of us run a very high victim pattern. And when we run a very high victim pattern, we almost, this is tricky, but almost, and this is a generalization, not everybody, but we almost tell ourselves nothing's going to work. All these people heal and I won't heal. I can't heal. There's a worthiness piece that's missing. And this is important when it comes to trauma and nervous system. This is important when it comes to any kind of healing. Because what we believe is what we manifest, right? And The trauma and nervous system part is so important, in my opinion, because when we work with that, we work with the root causes for all of those patterns. You know, not to mention the nervous system is responsible for digestion, detoxification, our heartbeat, all of our automatic functions of our body. And so if we aren't working with the nervous system, then those pieces aren't completely in line and working really well. And so then any of those dietary things that we do won't land, which is what happened with me for a while, actually. So on this channel, we're going to talk all things autoimmune and chronic symptoms, okay? From trauma to diet to lifestyle to detox. And all of the behavioral patterns, all the different patterns that go along with being sick for a long time. Most of us talk about early childhood trauma and different types of trauma as a root cause for our illness. But it's important to understand that if we have been sick for a long time, that is also traumatic. And a lot of things held in the body as a trauma actually happen because of our illness. And we have them as a root cause for our illness as well. And I'm going to dive into all of that, including gaslighting, cognitive dissonance, not being able to feel, right? Dissociating from our body because our body hasn't felt well in so long. Different family dynamics and patterns that have happened because of our illness. So many things. So in the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what trauma is, how it lands in the body. And so be on the lookout for that. And I'm excited to be sharing this with you guys and to be another information source for some of you for your healing. And like I said, you can expect to see me a couple of times a week, and leave a comment with your questions and subscribe so that I come up on your feed and you can hear what I have to say every week. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.